Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's Live Authentically with Krista. Thank you so much for being here. Everyone has an opinion, but not everyone's opinion of you is correct. A couple days ago, my oldest daughter said something to me that really spoke volumes to me, and it made me really think. She was watching me take care of her siblings. She was watching me take care of my family. And she noticed something about me. And this isn't just to brag or anything like that. It's just I felt like this is just a powerful message. So she had mentioned, she's like, I love how you serve your family. I love how you serve your kids. I love how you serve. And I just whoa, I didn't even realize that. I don't know. Sometimes people really take notice of you. And they see the goodness in you. And they watch you in action. So sometimes it's just I don't pay attention that my kids are really watching me. And they notice things about me. But here's what really got me. Although people might have an opinion of you, and it might be wrong, the people who truly know you best are the people that live with you. The people that know you best are the ones that have spent time with you and know you. They've experienced you. Those are the ones that truly know you. So although my daughter spoke something very positive about me, what I really took away as wow, everybody has a different opinion of me. Some people don't think that highly of me, and then other people think I'm amazing. You know, it's interesting. I got woken up from a dream, and I remember, the only part that I really remember about it was just kind of how I felt in it. I remember I was seeing all of these people, and I remembered some of their faces in my dream. And some of them looked like they were from my school, the school that I went to, in high school. I remembered some of the students there. And in the dream, I didn't feel like I was that big of a deal to other people. That's how I felt in the dream. And I just saw myself walking away because those people didn't see me as much of anything, And that's the hard thing about dreams sometimes, is God reveals to people their true hearts concerning you and where they're at. And when it's negative like that, I don't know, I take it as one of two ways. I take it as, well, thank you, Lord, for showing me the truth about how they really feel about me. Thank you for helping me understand that that's where they're at and that's how they feel about me. Because I don't want to be connected to people who don't see me as valuable. I don't want to be connected to people who don't value me, period. I don't, because all that does is just hurt me, because then you find out later that, well, they don't think you're that great anyways, So I've come to really understand, you might hear God, rejection is God's protection. Yeah, sometimes that's true. It is. When people reject you, It's God just protecting you because their heart is not ready for you. Or He's seen enough. Like people just constantly viewing you as nothing. I don't know. That's the hard part about me. You know, just being who I am and being a dreamer. That's hard. You know, 2 nights ago, I'm just like, I don't want to go to sleep. You know? And I just had this fear come over me. I had this fear come over me, and I was just completely vulnerable. And I'm like, Lord, I don't want to see anything negative. I don't want to see anything dishonorable. I don't want to see anything that's going to hurt me. You know? And I cried and cried. You know? You know, some people, I feel like they view me as like this strong, bold woman. You know, I am strong, I am bold. But underneath it all, I'm a softie. Underneath it all, I don't want to hurt anybody. Underneath it all, I'm sensitive. But anyway, so sometimes when I am getting ready for bed, I'll just ask the Lord, will you protect my heart? Will you protect my heart? And help me with the things that I see. Because it's hard sometimes having spiritual gifts. It is. And there's just some things that I never even asked to know. Some things I didn't want to know. But God reveals things to us to help us with our life, to help us understand where other people are at, and to show us our own mistakes and what we need to work on. So I'm thankful for that, because I don't know, like, I'm a humble person. I'm willing to receive correction. I'm willing to have other people share things if they think I'm wrong. Like, I'm willing to hear those things. But you know what I've learned? God tells me things He tells me everything. He tells me everything that I do wrong. So I actually don't even need people to tell me, but I'm willing to hear it. But the Father tells me things already, in ways that I need to improve, and ways where I need to slow down and allow Him to work in different situations. Allow Him to just bring things forward, naturally, without rushing. because sometimes when we rush, sometimes things get a little bit messy if we don't use wisdom and if we're not seeking the Lord. Well, it's interesting because I had a little bit of one of my dreams last night. I was hearing somebody wanted to know information. They wanted to learn something. I don't know. They wanted to know something. And in the dream, I had said, well, the Bible says that if we need wisdom, then all we have to do is ask for it. And in the dreams, I said, well, sometimes it doesn't work. And I believe like what the Lord was saying through that dream was, when we seek the Lord and ask him for help, ask him for wisdom, sometimes we just take that first thought and then we run with it and then we call that wisdom. But sometimes it's not wisdom. Sometimes that's us moving ahead of the Lord. And I would just encourage anyone listening that, God is a God of confirmation. He truly does want to help us with our lives. He wants us to heal, and he wants us to be able to become strong in him. And I know that my strength came from seeking the Lord. My strength and who I am today, it only came from the Lord. I could only survive what I've survived. Like, I know this without a shadow of a doubt. Like, I've gone through so many things. And things that I never asked to experience. But I know that God allows everything to happen for a reason. And I know that those things and the things that I've had to experience, it really taught me a lot. It taught me that sometimes we as people, we all go through things. There are broken parts of us that need to be healed. And because the things that happen to us, when it's negative, it causes us to show up in wrong ways sometimes because we haven't dealt with the things that have hurt us. And I've recognized this myself, where instead of dealing with my hurt and my pain, I spoke out when I should have remained silent. Instead of seeking the Lord and asking him to help me, to change me, and to heal my heart, I showed up in ways that weren't the best. But I've learned a lot through that. And learning self-control is, I'm still learning it. I'm still learning how to have self-control. And that sometimes we as people, we can't control everything. We can't control things in our life. The only thing that we can control is how to respond to it. And the only thing that we can do is that when we are hurting, or that we're struggling as people, or if we're needing help with something, the things that are going on inside of us, all we have to do is ask for help. All we have to do is pray and ask the Lord to help us, to strengthen us. And the more that you spend time with the Lord, and I was really thinking about this yesterday, just like how easy it is to build up strength in the Lord. The strength, well, I won't say how easy it is, but I've learned that wisdom, we can learn wisdom in many ways. We can learn wisdom through making mistakes. There's a lot of wisdom and knowledge in the Bible to help us with our life. And that when we apply the things that we learn, it just makes life a little bit more smoother. And it actually brings healing to us just by reading the Word of God. And it gives us strength. So this is why I read my Bible. Sometimes I don't read it all of the time. I try to read a little bit of it, at least every single day, just to gain some more knowledge. But you know what I really do? I'm a woman of prayer. I'm a woman of prayer because I have always been like this person. Like I'm an overthinker at times, and I can recognize when other people overthink too. And because I've overthought about things, sometimes I've really broken my own heart. It's like sometimes we as people, we create things in our mind that aren't even there. We create scenarios and like, what if that happened? What if this happened? What if that happened? And it's just like we place so much fear upon ourselves just because we're overthinking, you know? It's those intrusive thoughts you think about. And sometimes we are the ones who break our own hearts. We hold ourselves back in life. We hold ourselves back in life because we're focused on, well, what if this happens? What if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? But we can't live our life like that. We can't live our life about wondering, like, I wonder if this is going to happen. We can't live our life in fear. But just realize that no one's perfect. And we just have to get back up again and try again. Try again until you succeed. And anyone who truly loves you and wants to be a part of your life, they're going to be there for you. And they're going to help you grow so that your walls can come down. Because sometimes when we've been hurt in our past, the walls go up. I know I've put walls up before. I put boundaries up. I put walls up because I don't want people to come in and hurt me. I don't want people to not value me. Because I think that's probably one of the most painful things, is being a part of people's lives. And when you give them so much of your time and they don't value you. I think that's probably one of the most painful parts about life. Because I've been a part of a lot of people's lives. And that when I give with my whole heart. I mean, I shared this with a friend recently. I'm like, this is just who I am. When I receive reciprocation, when I am valued as a person, you have my loyalty. But when I'm not valued as a person, I have to separate myself, because all that does is hurt me and drain me, you know? So anyways, I guess I just wanted to make this video and say not everybody's opinion of you is true. Some people haven't experienced you enough. They don't know the real you. They only would know the real you if they spent time with you. So the words that my daughter spoke over me were powerful. I love how you serve, Mom. I love how you serve your family. And that really meant a lot to me. So I guess it just proves that, wow, I guess I am doing a good job. I'm doing the best that I can with what I have, with things that I've been dealt with. So if you ever see a strong woman, if you ever see somebody so strong and you know that they've gone through a lot of things, sometimes they're strong because they had no other choice. They had no other choice. They had to be strong. So I hope that you've gained value from this message. But not everybody's opinion of you is correct. Some people are just creating opinions of you based off of what you said or that one thing that you did. But they truly don't know you unless they spent enough time with you. So just focus on just the people who want to be a part of your life. Focus on those people. Focus on those who show up for you. And if someone's opinion of you is negative, don't take that personal. Because if you know that you know that you know who you are, and you know how you show up, you know how you live, then don't worry about someone's negative opinion of you. Because chances are they might be wrong. But even if they are right, you know what? God doesn't make junk. But sometimes we as people, we just have our days. Not every day is going to be a good day. But we got to give each other some grace and recognize, okay, you're showing up this way. Why are you showing up this way? Did you have a bad day? Did something happen? What's going on? What's going on inside of you? Why are you acting this way? And then you could truly understand. You're acting this way because you had a bad day. You're acting this way because somebody hurt you. You're acting this way because you just got some healing to do. That's all. But love is the answer. Love is the answer to everything. Love is the answer. It's what covers a multitude of sin. Love is what has transformed my relationships with my kids. And we had such a good day yesterday. You know, I came home from work and I'm just all bubbly and stuff like that. And my youngest daughter, she's like, Mom, did something happen? Like, what happened, Mom? I'm like, what do you mean nothing happened? Nothing happened. I'm just happy. You know? And I was just being goofy and silly. And the only reason I was that way is because I've been praying through a lot of things. And I've been asking the Lord to help me with my mind so that I'm not focusing on all of those negative thoughts that come sometimes. And these are just the intrusive thoughts that the enemy likes to place in our minds sometimes. He likes us to cause to really think about negative things that aren't even true. So be careful what you're thinking. Be careful. It's so important to know what the truth is. It's important to know what the truth is. So not every thought that you have is from the Lord. Sometimes it's the enemy just trying to mess you up. Sometimes it's the enemy trying to trick you, to deceive you. Sometimes it's the enemy that's trying to stop you from moving forward. So I've learned to recognize that when I'm going through a hard time, when I'm going through and having all of these thoughts in my mind, I learned to just stop, and I'll just say, you know what, Lord? I release this to you. I release all of this negative crap that I'm thinking, all of this stuff. I release it to you, but first, thank you that I even get to come to you. Forgive me of any way I've been wrong. Change my thoughts. Help me to think like you. Change my heart. Help me to be the person that you want me to be. Help me to see people the way you see them. Help me to love people how you want me to love them. So this is just something that I do on a daily basis, because life is not about perfection. We're never going to be perfect people. Life is about making progress. It's about being better than you were the day before. So keep moving forward. Be a person of prayer, and you'll notice things change in your life. You'll notice you're going to feel better inside. So that's the only reason why I came home in a bubbly mood. I was cooking dinner and I was just like playing music and dancing all over my kitchen, having fun, even by myself. So, thanks for being here. I'll see you all next time.